Okay, hello everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. We are going to make our own watercolor block books today, okay? And we're going to use just watercolor paper. The ones, okay, these came from Hobby Lobby. I tried to grab my one that came from Walmart, so all the supplies could have been from Walmart that I told you guys about today, but I've already used so much paper in it that I don't think it's going to glue down right. So we're going to do these. If you go a few videos back, I show you these two books that were bought a couple of weeks ago for me. One's Bristol, one's watercolor. And last night, I created my own watercolor block out of this one. I did it on my own to make sure that I could do it before I brought it to you guys. And this is what happened, okay? It's a watercolor block. All my sheets are glued down. And I taped, I forgot to move my palette. I taped, hold on you guys. Let me move this. Okay, if you hear scratching in the back, I'm sorry, that's my dog. She's still suffering with her skin issues over there. Anyway, I taped one corner down right here. This is my corner I chose to tape down. Because you know, when you use a watercolor block, you have to leave one end unglued so you can get your knife or palette knife, whatever you use, under there to loosen it up after you're done painting on it. So this one's glued. All my sides are glued down. My back's glued shut. And I'm going to throw some paper down on this. We're going to see how it works. I'm going to work my little knife through it, unhook it, and then we're going to make one out of this one, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and show you that it did work. Alright, let me just throw down, because I like to paint on paper that's already pre-colored anyway. So I'm just going to throw some paint down. Let me pick a color. I'm going to go with yellow ochre. Yellow iron oxide from Nova Color. I love this paint, you guys. If you invest in any kind of professional paint this year, I strongly suggest Nova Color. This is going to stretch. This is going to go a long, long way, okay? I'm going to be able to stretch these bottles probably for the next year, as long as I keep mixing and shaking. I mean, I don't see any reason I'm going to have to replace them anytime soon. Because I'm mixing them with this. I made a short about this the other day. The retarder, 32-ounce jug. Do not forget to go get that. $10.79. That's it. From the Nova website. Nova Colors website. Okay. Let me get a brush. Hold on. Let me grab a brush. Charlotte. Sorry, you guys. Okay, let me get a brush. Alright. I'm just going to throw some color down here. And then we're going to scrape it up. I forgot to bring my water out. Hold on. Get some water going. I don't see any warping. It's holding it pretty good. I see a little bit of lifting on this end. I don't know if you can tell that. It's lifting a little bit, but nothing like it would be doing if it wasn't glued down. And that's probably my fault. I should have, and I'm going to go over that with you guys when we do the next one. When I do this one with you, we're going to push the air out from under it. I didn't do that last night, and I'm noticing it now, but it's okay. It's still working pretty good. Okay, we got our paint laid. Get one lid on my jar. Hold on. Alright. My brush put up. Let's look at it. Yep, it's still intact on all four sides. It didn't come up. Very little warping. I see just a little tiny bit. I don't know if you guys can see that. Not much to even matter compared to what I have dealt with in the past. Okay, and say we're done. Say this is a finished piece. Now, I haven't cut any of this paper out yet, you guys. This is my first time, so I'm learning. We're going to see what it looks like. I don't even know yet. Let's look. Let's check it out. I'm hoping, I have my fingers crossed. Okay, I made it this. Let's see. Look, there we go. I love it. That is so cool. Look, and these are still tacked down. All of these are still tacked down. Just the one I painted on is up and ready to go. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how we did this. Very simple, very easy, but what I do want to suggest is that when you do this, once you get it put together, put it somewhere that it's not going to be in your way. I'm going to do it here at my art station, begin it here for you guys, but I'm going to end up transporting it to a different location because it is, like I said, in the middle of everything that I do. Okay, so let me move the one that we did I did last night. All right, and in this box is everything we're going to need. And, well, I say everything we're going to need. After we use everything in this box, you're going to need to stack whatever books. And I'm going to show you what, this is my girlfriend's idea. She came in here with this big old piece of flooring as heavy as a cinder block and plopped it up there for me, and it held it perfect. So anything you can find that's super heavy, even if it is a cinder block, I'm going to place it on top of those, a stack of books that you put up when we finish this, and let it sit overnight. Now, if you want to try to dry it with a hair dryer, speed dry around your edges, that's fine. I didn't try that. I don't know how that's going to turn out, okay? So, let's get started. We have our book here, and I'm going to do Bristol paper this time. I didn't think, oh, I don't want to do this page, because this is already painted on. I already threw some color on that one, so I'm going to go past that. I'm actually going to, let me take this out. I want this to be just like it was last night. Let me take this piece out, you guys. Okay. So, Bristol, nothing used in it. Pretty, it kind of feels like watercolor paper. I didn't know what this was the other day when she brought it to me. It kind of feels like water paper, but it's not as rough. It doesn't have the tooth like a cold press watercolor paper does. I've seen a lot of people say that it doesn't do well with watercolor. I'm not sure. I still haven't really used it for that yet, but it does work really well with my Nova color. So I am going to make a block out of this. Okay. Here we go. Here's what you're going to need. And remember, I said all this came from Walmart. There is no fancy ass book binding glue or anything in here. Every bit of this came from Walmart. Ta-da! Elmer's craft glue. Okay. $2 and some change. And a set of clamps. I think there were like 5 books for 4 of them. And that's really all you need is 4. Okay? I guess depending on how big your book actually is that you're trying to work with now. If you're trying to do some gigantic book, you probably need more clamps. Alright. Let's open our book. And last night I put a book under mine because you're going to need to lift your book up. Well, it depends on the clamps you have again. When I put my clamps on, I'm going to show you. When I finally get to the stage where I stick my clamps on, it kind of sticks out up here. I can't show you without, there's a space here. So what I want to do is lift it. You're going to want to lift it up off the table so that when you do lay your books on top, everything's sandwiched, okay? You don't want it bent over the edge of anything. So I'm going to show you. Alright, here we go. So I used a book last night, but today I found that the box that I just took everything out of works just as good. And it fits perfect, just like that. So go ahead and find you whatever you're going to put under your watercolor pad. Like I said, it could actually be a cinder block. Doesn't matter. You're the one creating it. Okay. And when I put the watercolor book on here, I'm going to flip it. You see, I'm leaving some space. I'm leaving space under it. I hope you guys can see that. I'm leaving space under it. Okay, this is where my clamps will go. So let's flip. You want to have a little bit of lip under there. Alright. Brush everything off. Okay. My camera's shaking, but I'm going to fix that, okay? Just like that. And then, oh, we got to tape off. We've got to tape our corner. Forgot about that. So, I used regular, this, I can't even remember the name of it right now. The brown tape. I have painter's tape, but I don't know where it's at the moment, so I use Scotch tape. Not Scotch tape. What is this? Gotta tape it. Masking tape. I use regular masking tape. Okay. So take it and find your corner that you want to use and just put your tape on. Oh, let me show you this. I do this before because it is masking tape. It's not painter's tape. I use my clothes. Let me show you. And a lot of people already know this, but For those who don't, put it on your clothes so that it's not as sticky and will not tear your paper. As many times as you need to. Run across the clothes. Okay. And then place it on your corner. Can you see what I'm doing? Okay. I have a fly in here that's driving me insane. Okay. If you don't want to, that's too far. I don't like that. Let me adjust this, you guys. Hold on. Get it pulled up. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right. You do not want to forget to tape off your corner, or you have no way of undoing your paper tomorrow once it dries or whenever. Okay, make sure that's taped good so no glue gets in there. Okay, I'm going to do one more piece just to make sure. Okay, all right, my corner's taped. Now for the clamps. Let's try to push some of this out. If you can't get it all, because it's holding air, it's going to hold air. If you can't get it all out, it's fine. As you seen, the one I made last night did hold a little bit of air, which is fine, because I'm used to way more buckling than what occurred, so I'm happy with it. Put your clamps on. And you probably can do the clamps after you do the glue, actually, but I prefer to do my clamps first and just glue around, put my glue on around them. It just depends on your preference, however you want to do it. It's just a little extra security, holding your book shut. Okay. All right. We have that. Let's see if I can shrink this some so you guys can see better. Okay. We have that going. And then I take the lid off the glue. It's getting hot in here because I had to turn the air off to record. Holy crap. All right. Where's my brush I used last night for my glue? I don't know what I did with my glue brush. Hold on, you guys. I'm going to have to pick another brush. Let me find one that I don't really care about. Okay, here we go. Stick it in. Get you a good amount of glue on there. Just Elmer's craft glue. Put your glue somewhere where you can just dip, ideally. Okay. And I'm not precious with this. I'm not trying to be perfect with it because it dries clear. And I didn't notice anything on my page just then as far as residue goes. I'm just putting it on these edges, caking it on. And I'm mashing as I go. And you want to do this all the way around. Now your top piece is already glued, so you don't have to really worry about that. That's already glued together. And then I go right over the tape. I just put the glue right over the tape. I act like it's not even there. Okay. Then we'll move to this side. Let me hold it like this so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to mash it anyway, so. See this? This is why you want to put a stack of books up there. Okay. Knock it back down. Mash. Mash. And I'm going to stack mine and show you exactly what I stacked. I'm going to go around my table. So I got to get to this side. I'll probably just speed this up so I don't bore you guys to death spraying glue on. You're just doing the same thing all the way around. Now, I suggest watercolor paper. I'm trying Bristol paper right now, And I do not know how this is going to turn out. I'll let you guys know tomorrow. But for you, I suggest use a watercolor book, okay? Watercolor sketchbook. And you can grab those from Walmart easy. Target, Walmart. Doesn't have to be anything precious. Break the bank. Okay. Alright. My sides are glued. Now, just my clamps. Make sure they're where I want them to be. And I did move my clamps around a little bit throughout the evening before I went to bed. I kept moving them. Like I put them here for a minute, then I put them over here for a couple hours, and I moved this one over here for a couple hours just to get some extra strength going. But, okay, so, bringing my books in. Alright, pile them on, just like that. Make sure everything is closed down. And one more thing at the end. Like I said, my girlfriend brought these in for me. It was just a stack of tile, floor tile that we had. And popped it on top for me. And that did the trick. Held everything in place. Now I do see some breaking on this end over here. It doesn't seem to be, might be lipped over a little too much. Check all your sides. Make sure you don't have any. Push this back. There we go. Pushing that back. Close that gap for me. Okay. You don't want to worry about this end. This end's already glued. So if you want to push it back so you have that firm press, go ahead. Push it back. Alright. Remove my thing there. Okay. Move that. Make sure that's on. Everything's looking pretty good on that side. Let me check this side. Yes, looks even better over here. I guess because I lifted this side up to show the camera, I'm getting a little bit of give on that end, but that's okay. I'll fix it. I'm not worried about it. I have to move it anyway. Okay. Let this sit overnight, or I let mine sit overnight. You can do what you want to with yours. It's your book. If you want to try to fast track it, that's fine. Let me know how it turns out in the comments, you guys. Okay? I'll see you later. Bye. Guys, I want to show you this real quick. Okay, see, I've moved my books now. Everything's moved. See, you want to have enough room up under here. This is the top. Everything's sitting on top. This is the book and the clamps. You don't want your clamps sitting here. You don't want this lifted up. You want the clamps off to the edge, and you want your book that you're gluing flush against whatever it is you have it sitting on, okay? You do not want your clamps to lift this up, because then you're going to have a gap. So make sure you have enough room. Get something skinny enough that you leave a lip for your clamps under here, okay? Just make sure I show you guys that. Okay, bye.